Hungry mom. You I deal with hungry mama. So you leave it in a Gambia and go. Let me show you what I go on. Judah. Hi Judah. Say hi to Maria. Say hungry mama. Okay. So yes, young lady. This is a set now time about 7:30 now in the Gambia. Righteousness. Oh babes, you remember the go over there we tell you about? Watch this. What? And you see that? You don't even know where you miss. You know, so me have to cut down the whole of the tree right there, so all of the insect them that come out them don't want to live on it. Yes, hungry mom. So you see what I'm showing you? Yeah, the go over tree. Where's Judah? In fact, where is Kaya? That's who I need to find. Kaya. Kaya, where were you? Kaya, what were you doing? Kaya, stop. Kaya, what were you doing? Kaya. Do not go back over there again. My goodness, I take my eyes off of this little dog and it's like, it's just pure trouble. Anyways, I get a quick sneak peek and all the way I miss, you know, like rain I go fall now. So I get myself to go back inside, yeah. Blessed is the name of the Most High, yeah. Righteousness, Sister Maria. Alright. Talk to you later, okay? The rain I go come down. See it? Look on it, you see it? The whole place I get dark.
So guys, you won't believe it, I am walking. I think this walk will be about half an hour to 45 minutes walk from my point of where I left, my point of departure to my point of arrival. And I think it will be about half an hour to 45 minutes. That's what it said. So I am panting, but not too hard. That means I still have life in me. And I am enjoying my walk. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Just as you can see me, you can see my surroundings behind me. Welcome to the channel, family. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being back. For those of you who are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. For those of us who are coming back, who have been coming back over and over again, I thank you so much for being a loyal subscriber. Thank you. So I wanted to, the last time the last video I made, I shared with you guys just a few things on what you should think about when you are interested in moving to the Gambia and you're doing your research and things that you may need to remember when you're shipping and when you get to the Gambia. Today I wanted to share with you guys some of our processes that we did when myself and my family were moving to the Gambia. So first of all, I always share this with you. I always say, do your research, do your research, do your research, do your own research. Don't solely depend on what you hear from me or solely depend on what you hear from anyone on YouTube. The experiences, they are the ones that you may need from us, but when it comes to doing your homework, things that you feel that, okay, you don't see it on YouTube, you don't want to hear it. I know it's better to hear experiences and to go on Google and to be reading up on something, right? It's better to hear someone else's experience, but I encourage you to do your research. So when we decided that we were coming, when we were going to be moving from Canada to the Gambia, we first we looked into was, of course, we did our research on many things. Then I had to find a shipper. So I found this young gentleman. We asked him about shipping. He shipped our stuff for us. Then when we got to the Gambia, we didn't even know that we needed to have someone in the Gambia. You need to have someone in the Gambia who has a TIN number and who also who's willing to be able to have you use their name to ship your containers to in the Gambia, right? Because everything, their vehicles, their goods, everything will be on your name. So you want to make sure you have someone that is dependable, that you know that person, that your stuff is going in. Sorry guys, that your stuff is going to them. When you get to the Gambia, it is very much likely, I'm not going to say it is not, it is very much likely that if you don't know whoever you send in your stuff to, that your vehicles in there will end up becoming, okay, let's say that you send your stuff to me. I am in the Gambia, I have a TIN number, and I said no problem, send yours, you can send the container on my name. When your container gets to the Gambia, it no longer registered in Canada or in the States or wherever it is that you're coming from. Your vehicles are, it's like brand new vehicles, they have no ownership on them, nothing. So whoever name that's on the container, that's the owner of your goods and your vehicles. Don't forget that, guys. So you need to make sure that you know that person that you are sending your container to, because everything will be on their name. So when the container gets to the Gambia, they have to help you clear it. They have to help you also go to the agent who cleared our container. He's the one who helped us change the names from that person's name back to your name, because everything, as I said, your goods, your vehicle, the entire container is on this person's name. So you have to be able to transfer your vehicle from their name back to your name. If you are selling the vehicle, then from their name to whoever it is that you are selling it to. So that's something that you must always remember when you shipping your stuff and it gets to the Gambia. Whoever person that you use to ship yourself to, the goods and vehicles are on that person's name. So you have to do your due diligence as to who you are asking to be your to-go person, so they are able to give you back your vehicles and your goods. Sometimes I make fun of that and I say, there was one family, I said to them, you know that all your goods and your vehicles are mine, right? When you get to the Gambia, you have nothing. It was just a joke, but definitely, guys, that's something that I want you guys to remember. And I don't have much time on my video. Oh my God, it's gonna be, yeah. So when it gets there, that's the second thing. So we shipped our container with a family that we already knew from the Gambia. They were from Canada, but they had moved prior to us moving. And then when we got there, they were helped us clear our stuff and so on. They were the one who introduced us to the gentleman that we cleared our stuff with, that I also used to help other families clear their stuff, right, with. So they are the ones that helped us. So when we got there, you have to, as I shared with you guys, you have to figure out whether you want to get a compound before you get to that. Right, guys, it's kind of overcast outside. I came out because I wanted more light, but for some reason it doesn't make a difference for me. So let me continue to share with you guys. Hopefully, you know, it's not too bad and you guys can hear me and see me. All right, forgive me for that. So yeah, so I was sharing with you guys. So when you get to the Gambia, of course, you need to know that you have someone that you can ship your container to, someone with a TIN number who's able to help you clear your container in the Gambia. So that is covered. So when your container gets there, so I also mentioned in the previous video that it's up to you to decide whether you want to have someone book a guest house or whatever it is that you feel that you may want to stay at. So whether it's a guest house, whether it's a hotel, whichever one it is, you want to make sure that you have that in place. So what we did is what this video is about. What we did, we did have the couple get us a compound, and it so happened that on our way to the airport, on our way to the Gambia, I think we were on our way to B, guys. We were on our way to Turkey already. We were already on our flight when she messaged me, and I called her when I got to Turkey airport, and she said to me that she paid the monies for the compound, and the landlord decided that he changed his mind. She said someone else came and he gave them the compound because they paid him more money. And I'm thinking, what? That doesn't make any sense. The place was very beautiful. They sent us videos online, photos. We saw them. We were doing, like video chat with them and all that. And I'm like, the place was beautiful. So I wasn't surprised. I mean, sometimes, if it's not something that you should do, it's not business-like, it's not professional, but hey, so he gave it to someone else according to what he said, that the person paid him more money, so he gave the place up, no problem. So we were coming to the Gambia on our way already, and we found out that we have nowhere to go. So they said to us, we were trying to look for a guest house for you guys. We think we found one. They're not finished setting up. It was a couple from the diaspora, also from the States. They're not finished setting up, but you guys can stay with them, right? So that guest house, I don't think they're no longer in operation. And it was a beautiful place. If you guys go all the way back to when my first video when we got to the Gambia, you will see we were at landing spot, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Up till today, my boys are still talking about that place, how much they loved it. We had fun. We stayed there for 2 weeks, and then so that money is that we paid the entire amount for the compound before we came. So he was able to refund us that money, and then now we had to pay every night. We had to pay $20 for the guest house. So we stayed there for 2 weeks. So you guys can imagine that wasn't in our budget, right? But thank the Most High, we had the money and we were able to do that. So the 2 weeks while we were there, that's when we were looking for our compound. So I always say that if you have someone who's able to help you find somewhere before you move, then do so you go straight into your compound. Or if not, then you'd have to go to the Gambia and then move into a guest house, which maybe you booked yourself or someone booked for you, whichever one. But that's the idea, right? To either get your own place, which is a compound, or have someone look for a guest house for you, right? So there's a lot of distraction because I'm outside, so you see me turning my head. So yes, so guys, yes, and let's move on. So also what you have to be thinking about, I am talking to you off the top of my head. So what we did, we found our compound. Our container was still not in the Gambia. Our container didn't get to the Gambia until 3 months later. So while we were there for the 2 weeks, we got our compound. We had to buy our fridge, a refrigerator. We had to buy a stove. What I did as a mom, as someone who's always thinking, how can I not spend money? We came up in our suitcases. We each had 2 luggage, checked-in luggage. So we had about 10 suitcases. And we were able to carry lots of stuff. So I brought plastic forks, plastic plates, plastic cups, like everything I could buy plastic. That's what I did. So we wouldn't have to be buying plates and stuff because our container is coming. So I didn't want us spending buying pots, buying plates, buying forks, buying spoons and all these things. So I bought lots of plastic cups, forks, spoons. So those plastic stuff, they lasted us about maybe 2 months, and maybe on the last month we had to go to the shop to purchase what we needed. But we had to buy a set of pots, and that's what we had. Also, what I did from Canada, we bought 2 air mattresses. No, it was 3. No, I'm wrong. 2 air mattresses. So we bought 3 air mattresses. So we bought 1 queen size and 2 double. So myself and my husband, so what we did, We spread the mattresses on the floor in one of the rooms. So obviously it was 2 mattresses that we spread. The boys were on one, and my husband and myself on the other one in the same room. We spread the mattresses because we are new to the place. We don't want our boys to be in one room and we are in the other, and it's just mattresses, you know. So we blew up our mattress. We put it into the one room that we both are in. We put it on the floor. I guys. So I'm kind of rushing ahead with this thing, but let me tell you guys, we brought the air mattresses. I brought bed sheets. I brought pillowcases. So my bed sheets had pillowcases in them. I brought queen sets. I bought king sets, and I bought the air mattress. I bought the only thing we didn't have was pillows. So we would use our clothes. We put all our clothes together in put a few outfits into one, and that would be our pillow. So every day we would kind of change it. So if you want something to wear, it is so funny now, and I feel so good just being able to, the things that you can do as a, you don't even have to be a mom to think about those kind of things that you can do to save money, because it was so interesting, the things that I did. So I brought them the air beds. I brought my bed sheets. I brought the plastic cups and plates. So everything I could think of that I can use, that I don't have to buy anything that I already have on my container. And we had the couple that were there, that we met there, that was in the Gambia, our friends. They lent us a few chairs. So we put the chairs in the front room, facing each other, of course, 6 chairs, and that's all we had. So we bought a refrigerator, we had a stove, we had a set of pots that we bought. I had my plastic stuff, we had our air beds and so on, and we had 6 chairs. That was all we had in the entire house for 3 months until our container came. And those 3 months were the happiest 3 months we had in the Gambia. After we left the guest house and we moved to our own place, 3 months of bliss. I didn't have to worry about stuff. I'm telling you guys, when we left the Gambia, when our container shipped, when we brought our goods to the yard, for our container, when we finished packing the goods and we closed the container and we were driving home to an empty house, and that was I felt like a burden was lifted off of me, because the stuff was gone. We went back to an empty house. So while we were in that empty house, I'm going all over the place, guys. So when we went back from shipping our container, went back home to an empty house, all we had in there was, I had a baby mattress on the floor, and I put my sister gave me a fleece blanket to put over it. So that was our seat, not ours, it was the boys' own. If you guys remember, you guys can go back to that video, first video before we left. And we had our suitcases in the corner. We had no chairs. We also had 2 mattresses upstairs that we had old mattresses, so we knew that we wanted to throw them away, because we bought new mattresses for the Gambia, so we knew we wanted to throw the old mattresses. So we had those ones. We kept them, and then when we were leaving, we have our son, who stayed in Canada. We had him throw out all the stuff that we didn't want and we were getting rid of. We had him throw it out. But I'm all over the place with this video. So yes, going back to the Gambia now. We got to the Gambia and we spent 2 weeks at the guest house, and we were in our compound for 3 months. No furniture, no bed, nothing, guys. All we had was 6 chairs that we could sit on. When our dinner was done, we could go and sit together on our chairs. At night-time, we go into our room, we lay down on our air beds. We got up in the morning, we picked them up, we put them in a corner, sweep the place. The place was empty for 3 months, 3 whole months, and I am assuming my family was happy there too. just getting used to the place, getting used to our compound, getting so excited that we had a compound, because for those of you who watch Nigerian movies, then you know about the compound thing. So getting to the Gambia and we know we have our compound, I was like, oh my God, I'm in a compound and my big gate and my small gate. So it was so exciting, right? It was a really exciting time for us. And yeah, so let me continue because I'm going all over the place. The video is already 11 minutes in and I'm all over. So after we did that, our container came. After 3 months, our container came. We went to the wharf, we collected the container. The guy was able to take the entire container. He paid whatever we paid him. He was able to bring the container to our compound on the truck, and also have guys offload our containers, our stuff into the house, whichever room, you know, like everything was done proper. And when the stuff came now, I'm like, oh my God, why did I bring all this stuff? Why did I come here with all this stuff? So yeah, forget about that. So anyways, that when our container came, we were able to clear our stuff, and up till today it's 2 years, guys, and you know we still have stuff in boxes, because when you are in Canada, for those of you who know here, you have the houses are, you hardly have the bungalow houses. You have the houses with upstairs and downstairs. There are so many rooms that a bungalow, it could be the same number of rooms, but because of the way the houses are, you have more space. So even if you have a 3-bedroom bungalow and a 3-bedroom 2-story, or 1-story, should I say 2-story, it makes a difference, because even if it's the same number of bedrooms, it's just so much bigger. There's so much more space right here. So what we took, we were coming from a 3-bedroom. So for us to be able to move a 3-bedroom into a bungalow 3-bedroom, we had very little space. So we up till today, we still have stuff in boxes all over the place, right? So that's something that you may find if you move in from a big house. You may find that a bungalow would be too small to take all the things that you carried with you. But if you, like some of you who may decide that you're not going to be shipping anything, you're going to sell everything off and just come with what you have on and your suitcases, then, and start over again, and that's something different. Then you know exactly how to, buy stuff and know what to buy and what not to buy. And it's so liberating. I am telling you, it is so liberating when you're able to move and not have to carry all those things, like all this stuff. Because when you get to the Gambia, right, guys, when you get to the Gambia, I'm sure it's not just the Gambia. When you get to the Gambia, though, you realize how much you don't need all the stuff that we have in the West. We work so hard for all these things, right, which people don't understand. We work so hard for those things. We work so hard for the vehicles that we have. We work so hard for all this material stuff. When you move to the Gambia, when I finally stepped into the Gambia, into our house that we stayed in for 3 months with no furniture, I began to realize you really don't need, or we really don't need all the stuff that we are carrying around with us. Because if you are here, you move from house to house. If you are renting, you move from house to house, apartment to apartment, with a whole heap of stuff. A whole heap of stuff, and you keep moving from house to house, year after year, year after year. When you move over there and you realize, why I don't need all those things. I can actually survive with very little, and I'll even be happier and more freer. Guys, it was so liberating. So you're able to move to the Gambia and settle in your compound, and as I said, it's your decision, your choice, whether you want to move with all your belongings or whether you want to move with just your luggage and start all over again. This one is moving with nothing is very liberating for those of us who are able to do that. Moving with kids is kind of a little difficult, I think, moving with nothing when you have kids. But us being there for 3 months with nothing, to me, it wasn't bad at all. And I can see, I think if we had to do it all over again, maybe we would. For the Gambia, maybe not, because a lot of stuff that I left in Canada, I regretted leaving them, because when we got to the Gambia, we realized that it's not the same as where we're coming from, so it's even more difficult to get furniture. Since we already had it, it was a good idea that we were able to bring what we have, so we don't have to be going around looking for furniture, and we have to end up buying brand new furniture because the used ones are not 100% in working condition, in living condition. Alright, so I hope this made sense, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was all over the place in this video, but what I want you guys to take away in this video is that there can be so much joy in anything that you want to do. I would say go ahead. Don't be afraid to do new things, to try new things. I shared with you guys about the tiny homes, and I always share. Let me share something with you guys though. Someone said, "Hungry Mommy, telling people that they should move to the Gambia or move to Africa to live in a tiny home. Have you built your tiny home?" So to this young lady who asked that question, no, I haven't, which I did mention in that video and also before. We have not started building, but I always try and convince, the same way I was able to convince my husband for us to move to the Gambia, I'm trying to convince him for us to build a tiny home. But we are all different. As husband and wife, we have different wants, different needs. We see life differently. I love simplicity. I love countryside. I love simple life. My husband is a city guy. He loves big things. He loves a big home, 3-bedroom, upstairs and downstairs. That's what he loves. And so I don't think we'll ever come into agreement with us building a tiny home to live in. So that may not be my something that I will be able to do, being with my husband, because that's not his decision. That's not the way that he wants to live. He wants to build a normal home. But definitely we will not be building one as big as I said, 3, 4, 5 bedroom. We will be, whatever we build will be very simple, and I will be sharing that with you, because as soon as I get back to the Gambia, we have our plans for us to start building. So I'm excited about that. And then I will show you guys, definitely I will let you guys see. You guys will see what we build, and of course we'll be showing you guys so much on our building journey. So yes, so answering this young lady, tiny home is what I would love. And I did tell him, even if we do build a big place, I would love a tiny home, a round house or a small one, a small house, even one that, it could be a guest house or something. But I am really into the idea of tiny homes. I am really into this lifestyle of tiny homes. But as far as my family goes, that may not be something that my husband wants to do. If I was single, yes, definitely. Even if I had to build 2, 3 tiny homes, I would. But I am not single. I live with a man who has his own mind and his own idea as to what he wants, and I cannot push my idea and say we should be living in a tiny house and force. Not even my boys want to be in a tiny house. Not even my boys want to be in a tiny house, but I did tell them that I will be building my tiny house outside of the whatever it is that they want to be building. So it's me against them, in a loving way, of course. In a loving way. They want their own room. My DNL, the older one, he wants his own room. He doesn't want to be in the same room, on the same bed with his brother. So there's so many things that you have to think about when you're doing that. But when you are single, as I said, when you don't have much, then going tiny, going small is something that you should think about, and you should Do everything that you can to save money if you don't have much, and to use whatever you're going with wisely. Alright, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was all over the place in the video, but I hope you got the sense of what exactly I was trying to share with you guys. I thank you so much for always coming back and watching my videos. I am all over the place in this one, as I said, and I keep repeating, but I thank you. And till the next one, yeah, bless. Do take care, loves.
When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubting out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life.